We come back to the track today as it's time for event 4 of the VALVIK Marble League. Welcome back, my name is Frankie and today we've got the relay. Last time the sailors got gold in the funnels, cue balls stay in second, poison darts jump to third, carbons lost 3 spots to jump into fourth. What can they do this time in the relay? So, the relay, it's a very similar event to the sprint that we had earlier. The only difference is that now this is a team event as opposed to an individual event. Basically, you have 4 teams going in heats of 4, and all teams have to send out 4 individual members. And they will go through 3 different handoffs, which can determine whether a team finishes first or last. As you can see, anything can happen in the handoffs. So, we start off with heat number 1. Whiteouts, Scorperiors, Hammerheads, and Violet Vermin. And we're already up. Hammerheads to a pretty big lead. Violet Vermin get overtaken now by Team Whiteout in second. Whiteout are in second. Scorperiors aren't even on the screen anymore. Hammerheads will win the heat. Hammerheads and Whiteout advance. Hammerheads started off really well, had a really good start, and then just ran away with it. Meanwhile, at the second handoff, Whiteout overtook Violet Vermin, and then they just extended the gap as well. Scorperiors with a pretty horrible run on its own. Sadly, they go no further. Heat 2 now. Sky Scouts, Balls of Zen, Poison Darts, and Golf Birds. And we already started off with it's a 3-way race for what could be first. Right now it's Sky Scouts and Golf Birds. And Poison Darts overtake them on the line. They will get it. Not bad from the Poison Darts. They start off in first, but then they lose ground to both Sky Scouts and Golf Birds. And then they keep losing a little bit more ground, but then that anchor leg at the end, with a really good boost from Poison Darts, allows them to keep going. Balls of Zen, another really horrible performance for them. They will be in the bottom 4 once again. Heat 3 now. Carbons, Lilies, Flaming Cherries, and Ube Stars. And we're off. And it's a 2-way race between Flaming Cherries and Carbons. Flaming Cherries running away with it. And that's how it's going to end. Not bad from the Flaming Cherries. They advance. Meanwhile, Ube Stars and Elegant Lilies. Elegant Lily, like both of these teams had a pretty bad start, and then they just can't seem to catch up with the top 2. Carbons, remember, winners in the sprint, so maybe this event could be really good for them. They advance as well alongside Flamin' Cherries. Heat 4 now. Peaks, Sailors, Cue Balls, and Tabbies, and it's Cue Balls and Peaks, first and second, and that's how it's going to remain, I believe. Look at that, extending that gap, both of them. That's not bad, but the Sailors are out. That's our championship leaders. They are out at the moment. We'll have to compete in the bottom placements. But yeah, the top 2 got a really good start, and then Cue Balls extended that lead. Peculiar Peaks didn't have much answer for them, but they both advance. Next up, we've got the race determined 13th to 16th. Scorperiors, Balls of Zen, Elegant Lilies, and Sailors. And we're off. And it's Sailors up to the lead. Scorperiors take it now. It's a 3-way lead. Can Balls of Zen do anything? And they do! That's a very good launch from the Balls of Zen. They finish ahead of the Sailors. Elegant Lilies in last. Sailors start off pretty well. It's a 4-way race up at this point. And then Elegant Lilies just get left behind as everybody else runs away with it. Scorperiors also managed to run away, and then at the end, Balls of Zen managed to catch up and overtake the Sailors. 13th to 16th is determined. Now it's time to determine 9th to 12th. Vermin, Golf Birds, Ube Stars, and Tabbies. And we're off. Tabbies to the lead now. Golf Birds and Violet Vermin trying to overtake. Violet Vermin overtakes them. And Golf Birds do as well. That's how it's going to finish. You see, it's not important where you start, because we've seen that the Tabbies had a pretty decent start, but then at the handoffs, the Violet Vermin managed to overtake them now, and then at the anchor leg, the Golf Birds do as well. That's how it's going to remain. 9th to 12th. We have our bottom standing set. Violet Vermin through Elegant Lilies. Golf Birds in 10th, Tabbies 11th, Ube Stars 12th, Scorperiors 13th, 14 Balls of Zen, and 15 Sailors. And now it's time for the semifinals with Hammerheads, Carbons, Cue Balls, and Poison Darts. And we're off. And already, I think it's going to be Cue Balls and Carbons, and they make it. They both make it to the final, actually, which is really good for them. Poison Darts attempted a challenge there, but it didn't matter. Poison Darts in second at this point, but then that first handoff gives Carbon second. And then That's how it's going to remain. Hammerhead sadly can't really do anything after that first win heat. I wonder if they got tired or anything, but yeah. Semi-final 2 now with Cherries, Whiteout, Peculiar Peaks, and Sky Scouts, and we are off, and it's a two-way race between Team Whiteout and Flaming Cherries. But look at that, look at lane 3. It's Peculiar Peaks, they're in second now, and that's how we're going to remain. Peculiar Peaks and Team Whiteout make it to the final. It's really amazing performance from Peculiar Peaks there, because at this point they're like a pretty far behind in third, and then they just take it with that anchor leg, and they were pretty close to catching Team Whiteout as well. Doesn't really matter, of course, because they both advance. Before we can move on to the final, that we have to move on to the race for 5th to 8. And we're off. And it's Sky Scouts and Poison Darts in 1st and 2nd. Flaming Cherries right there. Flaming Cherries overtake them. But they're not going to catch Sky Scouts. Sky Scouts get 5th. Okay, it's a 4-way race up to this point. Hammerheads get left behind here. And then Flaming Cherries with that second handoff managed to overtake Poison Darts. And then they managed to beat... They cannot do anything against the Sky Scouts, but they still finished 6th, which is really good for them. But now it's time for the finals. Who will get gold in the relays? And we're off. It's middle lanes 1st and 2nd now. Cue balls join in. Look at Peculiar Peaks on lane 4. Peculiar Peaks will take it. They will run away with it. No problem. They win the event. But it's a photo finish for 2nd. Who got 2nd? At this point, cue balls join in. And then Peculiar Peaks with that last 2 handoffs and then that anchor leg, they just run away with it. But who got 2nd, I wonder? I think it might have been Team Whiteout. And it is. And Carbons get 3rd. They managed to pass cue balls right at the line there. That's another photo finish for the Carbons. Massive photo finish at this point. The Team Whiteout managed to get silver. Peculiar Peaks, unchallenged, get the gold. That's our 4th different winner in 4 events. Congratulations to our podium finishers. Carbons, Team Whiteout, and our gold medalists, Peculiar Peaks. Congratulations to the Peculiar Peaks. Like I said, first gold medal in the VALVIK Lumber League, which makes 4 gold event winners in 4 events. And in the standings, the Peaks take the lead, jump up 8 spots to take 1st. Carbons get back into 2nd. Cue balls and Sailors drop into 3rd and 4th. That's how it's going to be for now. We'll see you next time at Archery. Goodbye.